Hello everyone, welcome to Chill and Code. This is Jagadish over here, and today we are going to create our first Java program. So this is our first Java program. The main objective of this program is to print that this is a very simple program on our console. So now let's break down each and every line of the code. Try to grasp as much as you can. It's okay if some things doesn't make sense right now. We'll eventually break it down clear in our future videos. This line uses a keyword class to declare that we are going to create a new class. Class is nothing but a blueprint of an entire program or the logic. Think of a class as a blueprint of your entire building, such as your house. And we are using another word which is example. We can consider this example as identifier. An identifier is something which we use to identify something. In this case, it is our class. For example, consider you are having tens, 20s, and hundreds of classes in your entire project, and the name example is what you have chosen to call this particular class. The entire class definition, including its logic, such as methods and variables, will be contained inside the both curly braces. The entire logic in between these curly braces is considered to be the blueprint of the entire program. This structure is one of the main reasons why we call Java as object-oriented programming language, because the entire code is organized in and around objects and the classes. So the next line is public static void main string args. Here is our main method, which is the entry point for any Java application. When the program runs, the execution starts from the main method. No matter how many classes you are having, the execution always starts from the class which has a main method. Next comes the access modifier. We have used an access modifier public. The name itself says that we are trying to modify the access of something. In this case, it is our method. We are using an access modifier public that allows this main method to be accessible from outside of the class or this file. This is necessary because the Java runtime has to fetch this main method to start the execution. So this main method must be declared as public. So this main method should be public and should be accessible by anything outside the class. This is just like anyone can access this door from outside your house because you have mentioned the access modifier called as public. The next word is static. So whenever we use static, this means the method belongs to a class, not to any instance of this class, which means we can use the method which has a static keyword without any creation of an object. So now let's not discuss what an object is because it requires a deeper understanding of many topics in Java. So the next is the word void. This indicates that the main method does not have to return any kind of values. As you will see, few methods will return the values. If it seems a bit confusing, just think like if someone who enters from your door may or may not bring out something from your house. In this case, as we are using void, it means that whoever enters your house through a door, they don't need to bring anything out. That's all. So next comes string args. The main method can take an array of string args as a parameter into this method, which we can use to pass any information which is in string format. Remember that Java is case sensitive, so the main is different from this main. So the next line is the body of the code, which is system.out.println. To be concise, println is a method which is stored in the class system, which means whatever we pass in between the double quotes of this method will be outputted on the console. In this case, the output will be this is a simple Java program. The closing curly braces marks the end of the method and the class. Remember that we have to use two curly braces, one for the method and one for the class. These curly braces encapsulate the entire code into the blocks and marks where the block starts. Now let's execute the code. Initially, let's use Notepad rather than editors to execute our programs. Remember that we need to use .java as extension while saving the file. So any Java execution consists of two steps. Initially, we need to compile the code and then we have to run the code. So the compiling is the process of converting the human readable Java code into machine readable code. To do this, I'll open the command prompt and navigate to the directory where I have saved the example.java file. Java C here stands for Java compiler. So when I hit enter, the compiler will check the code for the errors. If everything is correct, it will generate a new file called as example.class. This file contains the bytecode that the Java virtual machine can execute further. Now that our code is compiled, it's time to run the program. To do this, we'll use Java command followed by the name of class that contains the main method. For example, if you are having 10 different classes and here we need to mention the name of the class that contains the main method. Please notice that we don't include the dot class extension here, just the name of class. In our case, it is Java space example. So when I press enter, the program runs and then you will see the output. You have successfully written, compiled and executed your first Java program. That's all for today's video. If you have any queries, please comment them below. Thanks for watching. Let's chill, code and learn together.